Yavapai County. I'm Leslie Horton, Director of Yavapai County Community Health Services. Today I'm here to report that we've had 17,486 individuals that have been tested positive for COVID-19 since we started testing back in March of 2020. Currently we're reporting 466 deaths and 7,606 individuals have been deemed recovered. We're currently also reporting 20 hospitalizations, and we're happy to see these downward trends in all areas of reporting for COVID-19, as we are seeing a reduced number of new cases per day. This week we're averaging under 20 new cases each day, which is a great improvement from back in January, December, and even the end of November when we were seeing over 200 new cases each day. We're also seeing a far reduced number of hospitalizations and even new admits with COVID-19 in our hospitals. And it is great news to see that we are coming out of the last surge in the pandemic. And hopefully we will continue to see that downward trend in all of these measures across Yavapai County for some time, especially as we're working on vaccinations and making sure that as many Yavapai County residents can be vaccinated as possible, especially those of our vulnerable populations, as well as those who frequently serve those populations in the community. It's encouraging to see that we've been able to administer over 70,000 doses of COVID-19 vaccine, most of which were first doses, but now we've had over 10,000 individuals that have received a second dose as well. Closing in that immunity gap, we still see a high rate of individuals interested in receiving vaccinations and a high volume of those looking to sign up for doses of vaccine. Please go to our website, as we often have vaccine appointments available. Sometimes there will not be, as they fill up quickly after we post the links to the opportunities for vaccines. But check back regularly and you will find an opportunity if you're of the priority groups that we're serving now, which are all of Phase 1A and 1B in this county. We were also excited to receive the new Johnson & Johnson vaccine called Janssen, and we'll be receiving 1,800 doses from Arizona Department of Health Services to get us started with this new one-dose vaccination. So far, and to date, we've only received Moderna vaccine, which is highly effective against COVID-19. But recently, the FDA emergency use authorized the Janssen vaccine to be used in populations that are harder to reach with 2 doses. And those may be our homebound individuals, incarcerated individuals, or even those in rural communities where travel is extensive to go get 2 doses of a vaccine at one of the larger pod sites. So we are excited to be able to roll out the Janssen vaccine to some of those populations that are harder to reach with 2 doses of Moderna. Recently, the Arizona Department of Health Services announced in a press release that counties can move on to the 55+ age group if they have vaccinated 55% or more of the population they're currently serving. In Yavapai County, we've reached about 45% of the 65+ age group, as well as our essential workers and others in phases 1A and 1B. We're primarily complete with phase 1A, although there are still individuals in that group receiving vaccinations. However, in phase 1B, we're only about 45% complete, and therefore will not be moving on to the 55+ age group quite yet. Hopefully that'll happen in the next few weeks, or as we see the demand in the 65+ age group decrease over time, we will be moving on to the 55+ age group. But for now, we definitely want to make sure in Yavapai County that we're able to serve the 65 and over, and we do still have a high volume of those individuals seeking out first dose appointments, as well as their second dose of vaccine. Governor Ducey announced yesterday that he would like schools back in session by March 15th. As nationwide, and even in Yavapai County, we've seen that spread of COVID-19 is not common in schools. They've been shown to be a rather safe place for kids as well as adults to convene without the risk of spreading COVID-19 or becoming infected there. So far, from what we've seen in Yavapai County, is those students as well as faculty or staff that became infected with COVID-19, they actually caught it outside of the school environment. And by using quarantines and other mitigation measures at the schools, we've been able to mitigate spread in almost all circumstances that could have affected or created an outbreak in the schools. We know that schools do create a rather safe environment as it pertains to COVID-19, as well as in other aspects of children's social and emotional well-being, as well as their access to nutritious foods and other benefits aside from education that being in the traditional school setting provide. Yavapai County is still considered in substantial spread in one or more of the school metric categories. And in Governor Ducey's new order, our middle schools and high schools can decide whether they were going to stay in a hybrid model or go to traditional in-class education. We do hope that our schools will get back to traditional education soon and take advantage of this time when COVID-19 infection rates are very low in our community. All in all, you're doing a great job, Yavapai County. Keep up the good work, and we'll talk to you again soon.